Hi, hello. So I figured I'm just going to film a chilled video real quick, and I just want to talk about my studying experience this fall. It's not really what it's going to be called. I'm really talking about UNISA. So when I applied to UNISA, I actually searched for a video like this to try and help me with the application process or what's going on. So I'm definitely going to make a video on the application process because this is happening for 2021 already. So if you want to apply, you should apply. I will actually link the UNISA application down below for you, so you don't have to search for it yourself. It isn't hard at all. It's honestly, I think the only thing you really need to know is what you're studying, and if, like me, like I don't know if I'm said this already, but I'm doing my BEd, which is Bachelor's in Education, and I'm doing intermediate phase, so I'll be in law school. I honestly can't wait for the day I'm graduating, being a teacher, living my best life. Leave that link down below if you are looking to apply. When I applied last year, I needed to pay. I don't think it was that much. I think it was like 110 rand, 120. I'm not completely sure. I'll have to double check that for you. But the link will be down below. And honestly, I don't know what else I would be doing with my life if I was not studying. Things is getting accepted, and I was so happy when I phoned my mom. I remember she was visiting my granddad there, and I just phoned and I just cried, and so she didn't know what's happening. She thought something happened to me. She wanted to come get me from work, and I just cried. I couldn't believe it because I don't know, I haven't been applying, but I wanted to, but I kept on telling myself it's not worth it. You're not gonna get in. It's not happening for you. It's not in the cards for you. And I don't know. I just decided, let's do it. See what's happened. And I got accepted. So that's just like the summarized version of what happened for me. That's not really what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. I wanted to talk about UNISA's university. Honestly, I'm doing open distance learning, and it is hard. It's not for every person. I get it if you are currently fully employed like I am. I'm working from 8 till 5, and then I get home and then I'm studying. So it is hard. I mean, it's so much more than being in a class. Getting the information, I mean, that's difficult on its own. You can't compare. You can't compare going to class, having the teacher there, and getting the work like that. And you can't compare getting the same work, and doing it on your own. There is such a huge difference, and some people might argue about this, but I think each one is difficult in its own way. The one might be more difficult for you, the one might be more difficult for the other one. So it's all about personal experience. And open distance learning is really, it's tough. I mean, I was not prepared for the amount of work it would be. In the beginning, I found it so hard just to be disciplined and doing what I need to be doing and getting things done. I used to wait until the day of to hand in a task or to complete a task even. So it was so hard in the beginning for me just to adapt from having so much free time and not really know what to expect. The biggest things I find for open distance learning is you need a space to study. And this is repetitive of everything I've read, everything I've watched as well. But this is so important. You need a space to study. You need a quiet space. If you're a person that likes to study in the morning, wake up an hour earlier. It's going to cost sacrifices. If you want something really bad, you'll have to sacrifice that extra hour of sleep. You'll have to sacrifice that party you wanted to go to on Saturday. You'll have to sacrifice the church gathering on Thursday evening because you need to study. This is things that you have to give up. It's things that you sometimes miss. You miss social occasions because I have to study. I can't be everywhere at once and keep a social life up, keep my grades up, keep my job. So it is a lot of work to live a fulfilled life and study. I'll tell you is you don't have guidance. You do it all on your own. Yes, you do a lot of it on your own, but there are guidance for you. So how UNISA works is you get a page that's My UNISA. So it's all online. You get a little tab which have all of your modules on it. They have the discussion forums where all of the students of all of the years taking that module would discuss with each other. They have an announcement page, so if there's an announcement being made, you will know it as soon as the other people get to know it as well. I don't think a lot of people probably think if you're in a class you have so much more advantages. I don't really think there's a difference about the advantages or the information that gets sent to you. You have so many options you can choose from. There's one that has all of your study materials, all of your study materials on it. It has exam papers of previous years on it as well. There's a discussion tab where you can ask questions, where you can see other people's questions, where you can see all of the answers. And then there is usually a blog as well, but I haven't personally used the blog because there's nothing quite on there. Maybe in future I will use the blog tab. Then also you have the assessment page. That is where you upload all of your tasks and exams and all of those types of information that you have to put in for grading. Library tag. So it's much easier if you need to take out a book. Unfortunately, you can't take out a prescribed book. So one of the textbooks that you'll need, unfortunately, most of them you can't get from the library, but if you go to your local public library, you can actually get it there as well. Email address for you that you can keep for life. So it's usually your student number at UNISA or myunisa.co.uni or something like that. So all of your information from the school gets sent to that email address. All you have to do is you have to activate it. Easy as pie, and then you have all of the information that you need. There's also so many WhatsApp groups available. In my previous video I've talked about this, and it's really a good way to just keep yourself accountable and keep you reminded of things happening. If you submit the task, you get a notification about submitting the task, where you submitted the task, and you're also getting an email on your UNISA email. So it is quite nice. You actually know that they have received your task, and if you need to resubmit, you can resubmit. There's no problem with that. You also get your grades on the UNISA side on the assessment info, and they email you and they tell you this has been marked. Then you can see actually your marked activity right in front of you. You can download it. The teachers or the professors makes a little comment on it as well, and then the last page usually are your grades. The thing that I wanted to mention is the study material. You can download it online as soon as you are accepted, or everything gets sent to you as well. So this is actually the subject that I'm currently studying, that I'm writing soon, and they send you the book, the study guide, and they actually send you books to summarize it. And if you don't have internet access, you can actually, well, you must have internet access. You're watching YouTube. I'm sorry. If you don't have internet access, they send this big envelopes as well, already stamped. You can just take it to the post office, and they send it. If you have to submit the assignment today, you can't mail it to them today. That's not how it works, because they won't be able to receive it in time, and you're probably going to get a deduction because they don't receive it on time. And usually you'll have to be so careful with the post office, because you never know when they're striking. You have to be so careful. Also, the study materials get sent to you. You can pick it up at them. You can get it again via the post or via courier. I have actually chosen the courier method. And when you are not home, they deliver it to the post office, and then you get a notification that your study materials there. You just need to pick it up. So it's not really that complicated. I know this is just like lightly touching on some of the subject, but I would love if you guys just tell me, I'm starting at UNISA, I'm thinking about studying at UNISA, and I have so many questions. Please leave them below. I am so happy to answer questions. It really is to answer questions that you guys might have regarding UNISA, and if I should make a second part, because I know when I started or was looking into studying, I did not know how or where or what. I honestly didn't know what to expect or what would happen or how would I get my book. So how does this, what so yes, there's so many things to consider. I've not had any bad experience with them. They've received my task when they said they received it. If I send it, they receive it. when they mark it, I receive it back. I haven't had any bad experience with it, and hopefully you won't either. If you really want to apply, apply. There's not much to lose, and it's really inexpensive to apply. You never know if you get in, and I feel like open distance learning is they're much more chilled about it. I know if this might be a conspiracy theory, but it's much easier to get into open distance learning than it is to get into in-person learning. I don't know if that's true or not. Oh, somebody let me know, but I think that might be the case. So there's really nothing holding you back beside yourself. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than willing to help you, because I know when I applied, I really needed somebody to ask or answer these questions that I have, and I didn't know anybody that's studying like this. So please let me know if you have questions. Anyway, subscribe before you leave. I would really appreciate that. And bye bye. Hey, hi, hello. I forgot my intro. Studying BED, which is intermediate phase. Intermediate phase? That's my bachelor's. Has been drastic. I have made a lot of life changing decisions. There's so much things that happened, but I honestly think there's a lot of good things that happened. I don't know, handbook, what's that called? The textbook.